Well, welcome to the Web Show, and the Paris adventure has begun. Another flight overseas, and of course starting out with the 10-hour trip from Brisbane to Seoul, Korea, and a quick night at the hotel before hitting the airport and jumping on the plane over to Paris. Takes about 12 hours, but it was a good flight on Air France, and you can pretty much fly right across Europe, all the way across Russia, and then Europe, arriving in France 12 hours later. Of course, I had to navigate the rail system myself, but had some music to welcome me. Yeah, so I've got to say, it's a bit of a spin out arriving in a foreign country and not being able to speak the language and trying to work out where to go. But staying in a place called Courbevoie, which is just near La Défense, which is the business district of Paris, and checked into the hotel. That's the view there from my window looking out on the first afternoon after getting in. After the long flights, I was pretty tired, but I went for a walk around the town just to shoot some stuff, looking at a few of the different shops and just the different styles. Obviously everything completely different from the Gold Coast. Of course, they love their baguettes over here. And the thing I noticed in the streets was the really small cars. You hardly see a big car at all. When you see the size of the parking spots, then yeah, that's why I'm not surprised. But it was fun to be there, of course. I was meeting a beautiful girl off the internet for the first time, so that was crazy. That's her street, and we went and said hello. That's pretty much a story in itself, and it'll probably reveal itself as time comes. But anyway, the next morning, this was a challenge, a typical French breakfast at the hotel, and the quick train ride from Courbevoie into a stop called Saint-Lazare. It's one of the main ones there. It costs about $5. And my plan for the day was to walk from Saint-Lazare all the way over to the Arc de Triomphe, do some filming in around there, and then I was going to walk down along the river and cross over and film at the Eiffel Tower, one of the most amazing spots in the world. And then from there I was going to walk along the riverside, checking out all the artwork, and make my way to the most famous museum in the world, which is the Louvre, which is just absolutely awesome. So that was the plan, arriving at Saint-Lazare, walking along the streets. As I said, it's completely different to where I'm from, which is the Gold Coast. The beautiful buildings and just everything to see, and pretty much on my own on the street early in the morning. And it was about this time now that I thought I'd pull out the video camera and do some filming. Well, here we are on the streets of Paris. It's about 8 degrees, a little bit cooler than the Gold Coast at the moment. I've really got no idea where I'm going. I hope I'm heading in the direction of the Arc de Triomphe. But it's always pretty cool just walking around a city when you've got no idea. All the beautiful streets and architecture, and obviously a lot different from the Gold Coast. So this is going to be my challenge in Paris today, to see how much I can do. It's a bit cold and a little bit wet, but it's still awesome. I'm going to grab a coffee soon and soak up the Paris lifestyle. Yeah, so the challenge was set, walking around by myself with the video camera on and just filming the little things that you see that are different to back home, like the bikes there with the 2 wheels, and of course the pigeons on the street. They're everywhere, but I imagine that in Paris it'd be a pigeon's dream with all the bread they sell here every day. They'd never go hungry. A poster on the wall there promoting Tina Arena, an Australian girl, of course a big star over here in Paris, and she's doing really well. And like I said before, just the different architecture that you see. Of course, Australia, a very new country, only a couple of 100 years old, and Paris with such tradition, and all through Europe. It was just awesome being there. But just when I thought I'd get lost, I turned the corner and looked up the road and found the Arc de Triomphe, of course built in 1836, originally commissioned by Napoleon. And so it's got a great history, and here's some up-close shots to New York subway's Theo Eastwind.
Annabelle, meet me at the Bowling Green, jump up on and go sightseeing. And maybe in the end of the day, you will decide you're gonna stay. Don't go away. See what's going on. Beat back your love, smoke that gun. I'm telling all my friends. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Little Sue, meet me too down at the bar. We can drink and we can watch the stars. I saw you walking the other day, talking to this guy. I don't know what you had to say. See what's going on. Beat back your love, smoke that gun. Telling all my
So that was the first stop out of the way, the Arc de Triomphe at the top of the Champs-Élysées, and just the amazing detail and the statues there was just incredible. And of course, walking down this street, if you pull your credit card out in one of these stores, you're going to be in big trouble. A lot of people love it, and of course a lot of people love that place late at night too, the Crazy Horse. But when I reached the end of the street, I had the camera ready, everything pretty close. Been walking for about an hour and a half or something before I saw this, the landmark that we all know all around the world, the famous Eiffel Tower. And it was great to be there, of course, looking across the Seine River at one of the most popular monuments in the world, of course built in 1889, and for a long time was the world's tallest structure. So it was awesome to be there and to make a little music clip with the up close shots with another song from Theo Eastwind.
Same old song. Why did you do what you did? And the smile upon your face reveals all what you think. Anytime, any second that I look, your angelic the blindfolds and the hearts cold, and washed away the attempts to crack a smile and frozen now in time. Why did you do what you did?
Yeah, so there they are, two of the most amazing landmarks in the world in the city of romance, which is Paris, and I can vouch for that at the moment. But it was great now to walk all the way to the Louvre Museum. The last warning there should be pretty self-explanatory for cars travelling along the River Seine, but you've probably seen this river running through the heart of Paris in films and stuff. Some great scenes shot on there, and it's a great thing to do if you come to the city, particularly at night, to see the city with all the lights and everything. But it's now, as you walk along, you realise that Paris is like one giant art museum in itself. So many amazing statues around. So here's another little montage to music of the stuff I was seeing. Yeah, so there you go, a couple of hours walking around the city and you can see all that. I mean, anyone can do it, it's just amazing. Hopefully everyone gets to check it out at some stage. Some of the history that you see, Winston Churchill there, one of the great wartime leaders, and I was about to make my way to the Louvre Museum, which lies at the other end of the Champs-Élysées. You can see there looking back up to the Arc de Triomphe, and you can check out the Louvre in the next clip on the web show.